I'm sorry for y'all, but outside of that, can Strickland do the unexpected?
You
want to take this one first, Tyler?
I think it's going to happen. I think it is going to happen. It's just bittersweet for me because I prefer Joe. I'm fine with it happening because it is Strickland's time. I just feel bad because it's bittersweet to see Samoa Joe hitting his stride as a world champion after everything that he's been through career-wise. And it's one of those things where it's like every time that man touches a world championship, he's cursed if it's not Ring of Honors.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know, like with Ring of Honor, Samoa Joe had a world title reign that could last a lifetime. And to be honest, it's compensating for a lifetime of other crappy title reigns that weren't his fault. Never really his fault. Usually the trajectory of the company at that time. So for me to see him as AEW World Champion and doing such nice things, especially in the wake of people not liking MJF's reign and Joe being an immediate breath of fresh air, it kind of sucks. But in the same token, Joe has been one of their top guys for a good while since the television title reign, King of TV deal. They parlayed it into him being champion, and he's made the most of every bit of screen time he's had. I just don't know what he will do after this. And I feel bad because part of me doesn't want to see him regress momentum-wise. But Strickland is the champion of he earned his opportunity. He earned his momentum. If they don't pull it on him soon, it's going to be for naught because those fans move on pretty quickly. Depending on what you give them. So for me, I guess giving it to Swerve is cool. And it probably will be him and Ospreay and what's it, All In?
All In or Forbidden Door.
Yeah, so I kind of expect that down the road.
Or All Out. Is it All Out? It might be All Out.
No, All In is the one in England, I believe.
Oh, so, but they got Double or Nothing coming up, right? They got so many damn pay-per-views I can't keep up.
You know Forbidden Door is in New York this year?
It is. It's in Queens.
Yeah, so
You're just putting that out there.
No, not even really that. It's just more so I was shocked. I was like, oh wow, we got something this year? All right, cool.
Yeah, we actually but AEW's always had a big market in New York. Their markets are New York and California.
True, but in the
Carolinas too. They're pretty big in Carolina.
They don't even come here.
North Carolina, not South.
North Carolina, not South. They don't come here. They go to Charlotte mostly.
Yeah.
So, but I say Swerve will win it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is how I feel about it, right? I think I guess I'm going to agree with Tyler as well. I feel like this. You have to strike while the iron is hot with Swerve. And you've already had, 3-4 matches with him and Hangman Page? And he's beaten, I think they're 2-2, basically. I think it's split. But you've had that. You've had him beat Hangman in 2 pivotal matches. You're giving him more TV time. You're giving him promo time. You're building him up to be a serious threat to Samoa Joe, which I don't like the build that much because it's Samoa Joe. You're still making Samoa Joe look strong, but Samoa Joe is supposed to be an absolute beast. We know this. They're supposed to be like, listen, yeah, I get Swerve is out here doing his thing. Everybody like to come out and do the little dance and everything, but it's Samoa Joe. Like, this is Ring of Honor Samoa Joe. This is, I choke people out, pause, no Diddy, Samoa Joe. What? You know what I mean? Yeah, I know that was crazy. But
that was crazy.
That was crazy. We got to get a video when somebody says something crazy. But
that was crazy.
That was wild. I know Matt will be in the comments talking about that. Look, my mama watches this show. So look, y'all done threw me off now. So
you did that by yourself.
I did that by myself. But no, Samoa Joe, to me, I hate that. He has to be a martyr because
that's crazy.
That was wild, Matt. My fault. I apologize. Like, Samoa Joe has to be a martyr in order to build up the next star. Because I agree with you, Tyler. Where does Samoa Joe go after this? Does he go Ring of Honor and go with, go down there and try to fight for the championship down there? Where's his next story?
He doesn't need, at his stage of his career, at his stage of his career, he could do a lot of different things. It's just, it's a shame that it's not so much that he doesn't have options, and it's not so much that he shouldn't be doing this at this point in his career. It's just more so like, you had a good thing going here, and it kind of, I guess it's better to cut it from his legs while it's hot than to let it drag, but still.
I guess they look at it like this. Because Samoa Joe, to me, I feel like he's one of those vets that does business. You know what I mean? Of
course. I mean, that's not what's in question. It's just more...
Right.
It's like, it's not that it's happening that's the problem. Mm-hmm. It's what happened before that sucks because you don't want it to happen now based on what you've experienced before. So that's all it is, man.
I think the real question here is, where does Swerve go after this, after winning the title? Because we've been building up this anticipation up until he gets crowned as the first AEW Black Champion. Now we're going to get it. What happens from here?
I mean, there is a very talented roster there. It's up to the big man to make it make sense.
It's up to the Coke man. But I mean,
oh, come on now. We can no.
I'm sorry. No, I'm good.
I just had to put that joke.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't have to say that. But I mean,
Matt said the only way to go is Hangman.
I mean, Hangman is cool. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen that already.
I don't want that to be AEW's version of Seth and Cody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see that. But see, the difference with that, WWE can they sit there and they spread it out. Because I told Randy this too. Randy wanted Cody and Seth again for Mania that just passed. But I'm like, yo, I know it's been time, but he had to finish the story with Roman. And then not only that, let Cody build up to Seth Rollins. I mean, well, now we know Seth legitimately got hurt. He shouts out to him. He just repaired his meniscus over this past week. So he'll be out for a little while. But that's perfect for him to come right back into that story and insert himself as a contender. So, and it's like, yo, Cody, you owe me a favor. Remember what I said to you when you won the title? I want a shot next. There it is. Boom. So you could build off of that. You do Hangman and Swerve every other week almost. At least in my opinion, I feel like you do it every other week.
I don't know.
Every time it's a marquee show, it's there.
They've been away from each other for a little bit. Though.
Yeah, they've separated recently. They've recently separated and gone back into neutral corners. But when they did have a big show, it's either they're in a tag match together, or they're in a one-on-one or a segment. It's somewhere along the lines where those guys are always attached at the hip at each other.
Oh, look, we got people. Yeah, we got other people. Like, don't worry, that probably will happen. We'll come back to those two eventually, but I just don't want them to hammer it away. Because moving on, Randall.
Next topic.